Today is the day we are doing a little boating for July 4th. It's America Day. Happy birthday, America. As you'll see here, this is a hunting rig, a towing rig, a whatever it needs to be done, go to Home Depot. It's not a garage queen. She's got some dents and scrapes and stuff like that. But hey, that's kind of the point of a truck, right? He doesn't baby this thing. Takes good care of it overall, but does not baby it. We got the Methods. We got the Falcons. We've got full complete rockers. Thanks to Crown undercoat. The only thing that is a bit of an issue, but you know, it's 2015. She's getting up there in years. Is we do have the very famous wheel well rust right here. I don't know what it is about all trucks in the Northeast, but like this is where it starts. It seems like every single time, and then obviously the whole wheel well may go out. But like that's always the worst spot. So that's, you know, that is what it is. Again, it's a working man's vehicle, even though he works from home. But that's beside the point. We're getting loaded up to go boating. We'll talk about it as we're driving and towing the trailer there. Stay tuned. Tell us about your truck. Tell us about your truck. What do you want the people to know?
It's a good truck. Plain and simple. Just like the trim.
We've also got the Flowmaster Super 40, I believe, which on these Rams gives you a pretty freaking loud exhaust. The Super 40 on these Rams are like the same loudness as my Super 10. You're not even close. Start over. You're about a foot too far to the passenger side. You ever tried lubricating your damn ratchet straps, my guy?
Oh yeah, they need it.
Do you like hate maintenance, vehicle maintenance? I've seen freaking. I've seen city folk with better ratchet straps than this. Good lord. Which is smaller, of course, on my 05 Silverado. So kind of interesting. You know how much different the cat, whatever, you know, thickness must be or something to change the exhaust note. Just the engine makes more sound. You know, whatever it is. How's your first few miles of towing so far?
Good. You could tell the wheels were a little from sitting all
out around.
Yeah. And the first, you know, few hundred yards.
Yeah, we got the Chinese Zoom specials on this thing, which doesn't help, but it's all good. How old are they?
2-year-old.
Oh, you just put them on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, they should be fine then. I was thinking they were like original tires, or you know, semi-original.
The most I've towed this is like 30 minutes. You know, gets you to quite a bit around here. So the parking brake, it's kind of you know, it's they get gunked up, and then you have the huge. You have to clean it out and everything, but then you get that huge slack.
Oh
in the,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? You can't tighten that up somehow?
No, it's not a tightening issue. It's like the drums, the pads retracting back, so they drag a little bit more that way. But they're still like, they still, you know, run fine. It's just it's something that's always happened with this thing. And if you notice, you know, it's one of those things when you have some, you know, vehicle, you just get a vehicle, you'll notice that, you know, that vehicle driving around town more. Just keep your eye out for Rams of like this generation and look for that, and you'll see about like half of them have that.
Really? Yeah, I've never looked for that before. Do you want to explain to everybody what happened here?
Well, it involves the whole story involves insurance fraud.
We'll edit that part out.
Yeah, I'll just say it, and then you edit it out to not be
incriminating.
Yeah, incriminating. But I had originally I was loading wood in the back of this, and then I threw a log. And then when I got, you know, them to replace the new rear window, I got the one with the manual slider, and it didn't seat right. I should have really called them back to have them fix it, but it didn't seat right, and then so I just gunked it up with some you know, silicone caulk or what, you know, whatever it was, some auto grade stuff, and it got a little messy, and then I just totally encased my light with it too, but hey, it doesn't leak, so
It works. It works.
Yeah, it works. It's definitely not the prettiest, but come wintertime, like you don't even see it because there's snow and ice and everything and salt and sand. And that's the thing. You just keep the truck dirty, and all the issues just slowly blend in.
Yeah. Let's see what the payload sticker is on this feller. While we're here, what do we got? We got. Why can't I find this? 1449. Oh, sorry, dude. So with 4 people in the boat, we're probably pretty close to max payload on this. It's 1449. So that's a good little tester of towing and hauling capability. Obviously, you know, people go over that pretty regularly on these, on any truck for that matter, but that's where we're at.
More and more with this boat, you know, picked it up for like whatever, $5,000, and it's just nice. You don't have to worry about, you know, you don't have to keep it like sparkling clean.
Sure.
You know, the gel
For
coat
sure.
can get banged up, and who cares? And especially if you're fishing in it and doing ocean stuff, you know, I'll be with my recreational lobster license. You know, I'll be hauling up traps that just it's gonna get covered in muck and seaweed and crap like that. So it's good to have something that's like can take it like very similar to my truck.
You gotta give these brakes a couple of good slams, clean that rotor up a little bit. For 10 years and a bunch of stuff and things, you gotta love the base model interiors with all the hard plastic. They hold up much better than all the leather and fanciness. People forget about that, but you know, down the road, you'd actually rather have this interior for toughness wise.
Yep.
And then the seat material is really good too for that on these.
Yeah, they fill up well.
But you still got the built-in brake controller. Look at that. I didn't even notice. Bailey, what are your thoughts on the interior?
The most important thing in a car for me is how well the seat reclines so I can take a nap.
And how well does the seat recline?
Oh, incredible. It basically goes all the way down. I'm pretty much horizontal when I'm napping.
That's good, actually. I didn't realize that because a lot of vehicles don't. Like my Silverado goes down like actually you can't lean the seat that far back.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. It's great. Great napping car.
Nice.
10 out of 10 recommend.
As we drive along here, I just want to point out, you know, the whole point of this video is we're doing day-to-day real-life things with this truck. 10-year-old truck, 125,000 miles or so, and it's getting the job done just like anything brand new would. So, you know, on the theme of this video title, can it still hang after 10 years? I mean, I think right now, so far anyway, the answer is unequivocally yes. Important to think about too, this drivetrain is still available to this day in the Ram trucks, or at least they reintroduced it. And that 8-speed transmission's ahead of its time. The Ram 5.7 engine is just a good motor. It's still a solid unit 10 years later. Wow, that Hemi is just screaming up this hill. It's so easy to get caught up in all the engine horsepower specs and 10-speed transmissions and everything else, but the simple reality of it is this is a 395 horsepower engine with a similar amount of torque and a really good 8-speed transmission. And even by modern standards, 10 years later, those are competitive numbers, kind of standalone on their own. But real world, when you're just driving around and you're not trying to drag race another truck or something, it's just plenty of power. It's perfectly fine. It accelerates loaded or empty good enough. Again, yeah, brand new truck could probably tow, you know, an extra 2,000-3,000 pounds and accelerate at the same rate as this thing. But for most people day to day doing something like hauling this boat, a very real world half-ton truck use, it's perfectly fine. It's going to do just as good as a brand new. A couple of things to note. I know that he's done a couple of wheel bearings, maybe just one. He did do the studs on one of the exhaust manifolds. If you listen closely in this video, you can tell that it kind of starts will need the other one done eventually. The E-brake cable, as you mentioned earlier, has been done, and maybe a handful of other things, but for the most part, this truck has been super solid. No MDS issues, no other engine or transmission issues, radiator or anything like that. Rear end's been good, transfer case. He's pretty good about getting all the fluids changed. The truck has also been crown undercoated since it's been close to new. He got it at like 2 or 3 years old. So that's been, you know, taken care of. That's why it's so relatively rust free. In case we get off the boat, I don't know. I'd like to have them. Upstate New York, probably won't need them. Maine. And yeah, you know, overall just been super solid, low cost per mile. And frankly, they get pretty good miles per gallon too. I mean, these engines do surprisingly well. The cylinder deactivation, for all of its flaws, does provide one really big benefit, which is a little bit more fuel economy. So that is a plus. And the truck itself isn't super heavy. You know, it's a tradesman, so it's a little bit lighter and less interior stuff. It just does pretty well. As we walk around the side here, you can see the Method wheels that he has. Nice bronze color. I don't know the exact model. He's got Falcon Wild Peaks on it, which are a really well-renowned tire here in the Northeast. They do super well in our wintry, kind of wet, heavy packed snow environment. And they do well in the summertime, of course, also. And he's a really big fan of that setup. It is a four-wheel drive truck. You couldn't tell in the video, so that's also helpful too. One thing I'll note, which is a little small gripe that I have with these trucks, is they're only a 6'3" bed. The modern half tons from other brands are a full 6.5 foot or even a little bit longer now. Chevy has nice wide bed sides in the inside as well. So they're a little bit behind with that, and they're still behind to this day, so it's not like that's changed. I don't know who has the roomiest extended cab, but I will say sitting in the back seat of this thing is not too bad. And you do get some under-seat storage, which of course is nice. So I did not film an outro for this video, but I want to thank Henry for taking us along on this little drive. Pretty low-key kind of review video, just daily ownership experience. He's had this thing a long time. And I think we learned some good stuff from like a real-world owner review. No sense in getting into all weird specific specs and stuff. They've been around forever. There's a million reviews. I wanted to give kind of the perspective of somebody who's owned one, what they think of it, if they'd buy it again. And I think we've answered a lot of that. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. God bless America, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.